Emma stood behind the counter of Mel's diner, her hands expertly flipping pancakes on the griddle. At just 18, she had dreams larger than the little town she lived in. She yearned to be a chef, imagining herself creating delicious dishes in a bustling restaurant. The smell of bacon and coffee filled the air as she greeted customers with a warm smile. "Good morning, Mr. Thompson." "The usual?" she called out to an older man at the corner booth. He nodded, revealing a toothy grin as she poured his coffee. Emma loved her job, but she often daydreamed about culinary schools and gourmet kitchens. Every morning, Khalid visited Mel's diner, wearing his striking white thobe and red and white keffiyeh that made him stand out among regulars. His quiet demeanor intrigued Emma. One day, while serving him a steaming cup of tea, she mustered the courage to ask, "What brings you here every morning?" He looked at her thoughtfully, a faint smile on his lips. "The warmth of this place and your cheerful spirit." Emma felt a flutter of excitement. Little did she know that their connection would soon face unexpected challenges. The busy atmosphere of Mel's diner was alive with chatter and laughter, creating a warm and inviting environment. The clinking of silverware, the hiss of the griddle, and the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air. Emma darted between tables, her bright smile making each customer feel special. She knew many regulars by name and always made an effort to remember their favorite orders. "Hey there, Mrs. Jenkins. How's the family?" Emma asked as she poured coffee for an elderly woman who sat in her usual spot by the window. Mrs. Jenkins beamed back. "Oh, they're doing well, dear. Just had a family reunion last weekend." Emma loved these moments. They reminded her of why she enjoyed her job so much. Her heart swelled with pride as she took on each task with enthusiasm, from flipping pancakes to cleaning tables. As she delivered a hearty breakfast to a table full of hungry construction workers, she noticed Khalid sitting quietly in his corner booth, lost in thought. She paused for a moment to glance at him, wondering what stories lay behind his calm exterior. With a quick breath, she returned to her duties, feeling excited for their next conversation as the busy diner buzzed around her. Just as the morning rush began to settle, the bell above the diner door jingled, announcing Khalid's arrival. Clad in a flowing white thobe and a striking red and white keffiyeh, he walked in with an air of quiet dignity. Emma felt her heart flutter. She loved seeing him every day, his presence adding a unique charm to the diner. "Good morning, Khalid." "The usual?" she called out as he settled into his favorite booth near the back. He nodded, his expression serene yet thoughtful. Emma made her way to the kitchen, her excitement bubbling as she prepared his meal. When she returned with a steaming cup of mint tea and a plate of fluffy pancakes drizzled with syrup, she found Khalid gazing out the window, lost in thought. "What are you thinking about?" Emma asked playfully as she placed the food in front of him. He glanced up, a hint of surprise in his eyes before smiling softly. "Just memories of home," he replied. She couldn't help but wonder about the life he led outside this diner and what brought him to her small town every morning. Their conversations always sparked something special in her, making each day feel brighter than the last. As Khalid sipped his mint tea, Emma settled into the booth across from him, eager to learn more about the man who had become a highlight of her mornings. "What's your favorite dish from home?" she asked, leaning forward with genuine interest. Khalid's eyes sparkled with memories. "In my country, we have a dish called kabsa. It's a spiced rice with meat that brings the whole family together," he explained, his voice warm and inviting. Emma could almost picture it, families gathered around a table, sharing laughter and stories. "That sounds amazing. I wish I could try it someday," Emma replied, her imagination racing. "I dream of opening my own restaurant one day, serving all kinds of dishes from around the world." Khalid smiled encouragingly. "You should make that dream come true. Food can connect people in ways nothing else can." Emma felt a rush of inspiration from his words. "What about you? Do you have any dreams beyond business?" she asked, hoping to learn more about his world. He paused thoughtfully before answering, "I want to create art that speaks to others. It's my way of connecting with the beauty of life." Their shared passion for dreams and culture deepened their bond, making each moment spent together feel special and meaningful. As they continued their conversation, Emma noticed a flicker of nostalgia in Khalid's eyes. She leaned forward curiously, wanting to know more about his experiences. "Do you ever miss home?" she asked softly, her voice filled with genuine concern. Khalid paused, contemplating her question. "Sometimes," he replied, his tone reflective. "But I find comfort in little things like this." He gestured around the diner, appreciating the cozy atmosphere and the warmth of their shared moments. Emma smiled, understanding the sentiment. "I get that. It's the small things that can make you feel grounded, no matter where you are." He met her gaze, and for a moment, they shared an unspoken connection. "Exactly," he said. "Even though I'm far from my family and my country, places like this remind me that there is joy to be found everywhere." Emma felt warmth spread through her heart. "I hope one day to create that joy through food, wherever I go," she said with determination. Khalid nodded approvingly, seeing the passion in her eyes. Together, they exchanged stories of their lives, each tale enriching their bond further as they savored the comforting atmosphere of Mel's Diner. As the days passed, Khalid's visits to Mel's Diner became a cherished routine for Emma. Each morning, he would arrive with that same serene expression, and she found herself looking forward to their conversations even more. What pleasantly surprised her was the way Khalid showed appreciation for her service. One day, as she cleared his table, Emma noticed a generous tip left behind, a crisp bill along with a handwritten note that read, "Thank you for brightening my mornings. You have a talent that will take you far." Emma's heart fluttered at his kindness. She tucked the note into her apron, knowing it would serve as motivation on her journey to becoming a chef. The next morning, as she served him breakfast, she couldn't help but smile. "You're too generous, Khalid," she said playfully. He chuckled softly, his eyes twinkling. "Good service deserves good tips, Emma. And I believe in supporting those with dreams." Their friendship blossomed amidst their different worlds, his life of luxury and hers of hard work. Through thoughtful gestures and engaging dialogues, they built an unspoken bond that transcended their backgrounds, inspiring both of them to reach higher in life. One morning, as they shared a slice of pie, Emma decided to dig a little deeper into Khalid's passions. "You mentioned art the other day. What kind of art do you love?" she asked, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. Khalid looked thoughtful, a hint of a smile gracing his lips. "Art is a way to express emotions, stories, and cultures. I have a collection from different places I visited," he shared, his voice filled with enthusiasm. "Can I see it?" Emma asked eagerly. "I'd love to learn more about what inspires you." A glimmer of excitement lit up Khalid's face as he replied, "Sure, I can show you some photos." He pulled out his phone and began scrolling through images. As he swiped, Emma gasped at the stunning visuals. A vibrant piece from Morocco, intricate calligraphy from Turkey, and serene landscapes from Japan. "Wow, these are beautiful. You have such an eye for detail," she praised. Khalid shrugged modestly. "Thank you. Each piece tells a story of its own." Emma encouraged him further, saying, "You should consider showcasing them one day. Your passion deserves to be shared with the world." Their conversation flowed effortlessly as they explored their dreams, forging an even stronger bond. One bright morning, as the sun streamed through the diner's windows, Emma was busy preparing Khalid's usual breakfast. She felt a sense of warmth and excitement, anticipating another enjoyable conversation with him. Just then, the bell above the door jingled sharply, but this time, it announced not Khalid's gentle presence, but a group of stern-looking men in sharp suits. Emma glanced up, her smile fading as she felt a sudden shift in the atmosphere. The men approached Khalid's booth with an air of authority that made the diner feel tense. Khalid looked up, his expression changing from calm to apprehensive. "Mr. Al-Fayed, we need to talk," one of the men stated firmly, pulling out a folder full of documents. Emma's heart raced as she sensed the gravity of the situation. Khalid nodded slowly, his gaze shifting from the papers to Emma. "I'll be right back," he said, his voice steady but laced with concern. As they walked away, Emma couldn't shake the feeling of unease settling over her. She wondered what was happening, and if this sudden interruption would change everything between them. The routine they had built together now hung in the balance, shrouded in mystery and uncertainty. As Emma continued to serve other customers, her mind lingered on Khalid and the men in suits. She couldn't shake the feeling of worry that had settled in her stomach. Curiosity got the better of her, and she discreetly moved closer to their booth, trying to catch snippets of their conversation. "I can't believe this scandal is coming to light now," one of the lawyers said, his voice low but urgent. "It could ruin everything he's built." Emma's heart sank at the words scandal and ruin. She felt a wave of confusion wash over her. Khalid had always been kind and gentle with her. How could there be anything scandalous about him? "His reputation is on the line," another man added as he shuffled through papers. "We need to act quickly before it escalates." Emma stepped back, disappointment flooding her heart. The image she had of Khalid began to blur with uncertainty. Was he really as noble as she thought? Or was there more to his story than met the eye? The warmth she felt just moments ago was replaced by a cold unease, leaving her wondering if their friendship could survive whatever storm was brewing around him. Later that day, as Emma stood at the counter, her anxiety bubbled over. When Khalid returned to the diner, she could no longer hold back her concerns. "Khalid, what's going on?" "I overheard your lawyers talking about a scandal," she said, her voice trembling slightly. He took a deep breath, his expression calm despite the storm of emotions swirling around them. "Emma, don't worry. My past doesn't define me," he reassured her, his brown eyes searching hers for understanding. "But it could change everything," Emma exclaimed, frustration seeping into her words. "I don't want our friendship to be affected by something you didn't choose." Khalid stepped closer, lowering his voice. "I appreciate your concern, but I won't let this dictate who I am now. The things I've done in the past don't change my dreams or my values." Emma felt a mix of relief and confusion. His words were comforting, yet the uncertainty still hung in the air like a fog. "Just promise me you'll be honest with me," she replied softly. Khalid nodded firmly. "Always." As they locked eyes, Emma realized how deeply she cared for him and hoped their friendship could survive whatever lay ahead. As Khalid's lawyers remained at the booth, an unsettling tension filled Mel's diner, casting a shadow over its usual warmth. The lively chatter that typically resonated within the diner fell to an uncomfortable hush, replaced by a heavy silence. Emma couldn't help but notice how the atmosphere shifted. The once inviting smell of coffee now felt stifled, and customers exchanged wary glances. The lawyers spoke in low, urgent tones, their serious expressions starkly contrasting with the cheerful decor of the diner. Emma caught snippets of their conversation that only deepened her anxiety. "We can't let this get out," one lawyer asserted, his voice sharp and commanding. Khalid sat there, looking composed but visibly strained, as if he were carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. Emma's heart ached for him. The man who had brought so much joy into her life was now surrounded by an air of uncertainty and discomfort. She moved to refill coffee cups, trying to maintain her usual smile, but it felt forced. The diner, once a sanctuary for their budding friendship, now felt like a stage for an unfolding drama. Emma wondered if their connection could survive this newfound tension and what it all meant for Khalid's future. As the day continued, Emma found herself lost in thought while wiping down the counter. The once vibrant atmosphere of Mel's diner felt stifling now, weighed down by the tension from Khalid's encounter with his lawyers. She couldn't help but reflect on their friendship and how quickly things had changed. Khalid had become a bright spot in her life, someone with whom she shared dreams, laughter, and deep conversations. Yet now, uncertainty loomed over them like a dark cloud. Emma pondered whether she could still support him through the challenges that lay ahead. "Is he really as noble as I believed?" she wondered silently. The idea of a scandal threatened to overshadow the connection they had built. She remembered his reassuring words, "My past doesn't define me." Did that mean he could overcome this? Could their bond withstand whatever storm was brewing? Determined to stick by him, Emma resolved to be there for Khalid. "I won't let fear dictate our friendship," she whispered to herself. But deep down, doubts lingered, making her heart ache with concern. She knew they would need to navigate this together, and she silently hoped that their relationship could weather the trials ahead.